In the whole world.
It's our 25th wedding anniversary next week. Herb will love the sterling silver cuffling set. I hope he doesn't see me here at DeFeo & Company.
Great gift ideas for everyone at DeFeo & Company.
Need tires? Go to a friend who's in the business. You'll get safe, long-wearing tires, and you'll get them at the best possible price. Because a friend will look after your interest as well as his own. That's our philosophy at Rainey Cawthon's and Tallahassee Tire. We sell only Goodyear tires because Goodyear's #1. What's more, you'll get prices like these and the best selection within 250 miles. The next time you need tires, remember this. At Rainey Cawthon's and Tallahassee Tire, you've got friends in the business.
This is Bob Murphy with Vic Frenzy. We're at halftime now at Tiger Stadium in Baton Rouge. A capacity crowd, 76,000. They call it Saturday Night Madness. It'll be a beautiful halftime show. Both of the bands are here, and both schools do have a marvelous band. An entertaining first half of football for Florida State football fans, Vic.
It has been that. Florida State coming off of a very tough defeat to a very inspired Pittsburgh Panther team. But they did come out, and very surprisingly, they look extremely fresh. I was very fearful coming into this game that this being their 5th away game, their 5th time on the road against a very difficult opponent. After last week, we looked a little sluggish, Florida State did. They did not have the zip and the fire that they had had against Ohio State and Notre Dame. But I will guarantee you this evening here at Tiger Stadium, they are displaying offensive and defensive firepower.
And the Florida State University Marching Band has a marvelous program lined up for the fans here tonight. The first musical presentation by the band this evening will be from Neil Diamond's America from the Jazz Singer. And Eric Martin, the freshman tailback, has a will be smothered across the 20 at the 21-yard line. And so we are into the second half. It's 24-7 Florida State. And the Tigers receiving the second half kickoff will be putting it in play on about their own 22-yard line where it's first down. And we'll see now what Jerry Stovall, the young head coach at LSU, has in mind for his offense. His wide receivers will be Mark Johnson, number 3, and Orlando McDaniel, number 32, and he'll immediately go to the air. Al Risher, the quarterback, throws it to Eric Martin. He drops it. It is incomplete. Eric Martin, the tailback, drifting out of the backfield as a safety valve, but is slithered out of his hands.
And, of course, Alan Risher immediately wanted to go upstairs trying to find Orlando McDaniel downfield, but that time James Harris was not burned. He had him covered beautifully. So Risher tried to dump it off. Unfortunately, the ball was not caught.
Jude Hernandez, number 13, a senior, will be at fullback. And Eric Martin, who's gone almost all the way, will be a tailback. He's number 41, and he can break one. He is a big playmaker. This is Eric Martin, and here he comes. And Jarvis Coursey slowed him up. He'll be pushed out of bounds at the 16-yard line by linebacker Ron Hester, number 83.
And what an outstanding football play by Jarvis Coursey. He had the blocker in front of him. He did the very wise thing. He took the outside technique. By that, the outside shoulder. He didn't want to let Eric Martin get outside of him. He blasted through there. He did not make the tackle, but he turned it back in, and he did not let him get the corner.
Mike Muntz alternating at fullback with Jude Hernandez. 3rd and long, 3rd down and 15. Mark Johnston and Orlando McDaniel are the wideouts. And Alan Risher is putting it up and diving for it. Malcolm Scott, the tight end, but it's incomplete. 4th and 15. Harvey Clayton on the corner, busting it up.
Busting it up and almost going for the interception. Clayton that time very wisely read the receiver coming to the outside and made the hit.
We're looking at James Wagner, the sophomore punter out of New Orleans. A 41-yard punting average. Oh, they blocked it again. It's works in the air. Jarvis Coursey trying to get it. It's a loose football. They're battling for it at the 5. A flag has been thrown. Things got a little bit too rough. Finally recovered by New Orleans at the goal line. and I believe Tommy Young made the tackle. But Warren Hanna, number 9, for the second time tonight, gets a piece of it.
He's coming hard in this outside corner. Again, he's coming very flat with that ball that's going to be kicked. There he is. Let's see who gets a piece of it, and you call it correctly. Number 9, Mr. Hanna made it. Made the block, but let's see what the flag is about now. It will be Florida State's ball. You can see it bouncing around. Caught by the punter, and I think they possibly might call unnecessary roughness against Florida State. Hanna again from the end zone. Just great effort on Hanna's part. The second one tonight. Of course, if Jarvis Coursey knew about going up for that big tip play, he may have had a touchdown.
The penalty will go against Florida State. Johnny Cook, the referee, is walking it off, and the offensive team is coming back on the field. So it's going to be LSU's football.
This is going to be very interesting, Bob, because they're not only marking it off from where but from the line of scrimmage. Now this I don't understand.
Let's watch the referee. Bobby Bowden wants it explained to him. Personal foul called against Florida State. It's going to be, I believe, 4th down.
But the thing about it is, though, Coach, a personal foul, if the retained possession would have had to been before the ball was blocked.
It requires some explanation. On 4th down and a yard to go, Wagner will punt again, but this time he's standing back close to his own 20-yard line. And instead of having the ball on the 6, the punt is away, and it'll go out of bounds at about the 48-yard line. So instead of having first and goal on the 6, Florida State will have a first down on their own 48-yard line. And that one will just require a little clearing up when the football game is over.
And I tell you what, it's going to be a long dialogue, and I'll guarantee you that, Bob. Of course, you know, the effect of that punt being blocked forced the punter to get a ball kicked off the side of his foot. He was trying to hurry it, and that's the result of a blocked punt.
First down from the 48. Remember, Greg Allen had 149 yards in the first half. Here's Greg Allen to midfield, a gain of about 2. Nose guard Greg Bowser, number 58 of LSU, makes the tackle. By the way, Sam Platt has the Florida State Seminoles school record for yards in one game, 188 against Memphis State.
That was back in 1980, and Sam Platt was a great one, but we've got a young freshman blossoming right here tonight.
Second down and 8. Ken Burnett is the junior fullback from Brandon, and Greg Allen is the tailback. Stockstill putting it up, and he has a receiver at the 31, Phil Williams. I believe he stepped out of bounds, and he did, but more than enough for a first down, a gain of about 25, down to the 29-yard line.
And that's an outstanding pattern that Williams is running there. Stocks are going to go back, but what Phil is doing, he's getting in a run, a foot race down the sideline with number 35, McDaniels, and he's just all of a sudden hitching up real quick. Unfortunately, McDaniels is just trying to stay with him, and that's how he's breaking free.
Another 24 passing yards for Rick Stockstill, and a first down on the Bingo Tiger 29. And on the run is Billy Allen, number 31, another freshman tailback for Bobby Bowden Seminoles. He'll be down to about the 26-yard line, and Greg Dubrock, number 44, a freshman linebacker out of New Orleans, will make the play.
This is one thing that Coach Bowden knew going into the season, that he was going to have a bevy of excellent tailbacks. Of course, Greg Allen now coming back in the lineup for Billy Allen.
And Dennis McKinnon comes in as a wide receiver. Dennis caught a touchdown pass in the first half. He's played sparingly but very effectively. And McKinnon is going in motion. This will be the fullback, Ken Burnett, sliding away from number 51, Al Richardson, and getting forward to about the 20-yard line. So Ken Burnett, who had a very good first half, averaged about 7 yards a carry.
He did that. He was 4 for 27 yards. And you're going to see here, he runs with a great deal of determination. Some say he does not have the speed of a Whiting, but I think he has about the same amount of power.
This so far the best offensive game of the year for Florida State. And imagine coming in the 5th and final game of a grueling 5-game road trip. Ken Burnett and Greg Allen in the backfield on 3rd down and a yard. And it will be Burnett, the fullback, bulldogging for the first down and getting to about the 15-yard line. where it'll be first down for Florida State. Lawrence Williams, the strong side linebacker, made the play.
And you know, Bob, you're talking about, the fifth game of the road trip. Maybe Florida State is playing an anticipation game. They're anticipating going home and trying to be excited. Good-looking blocker. 96 just got buried. Fine-looking blocking on that left side there by number 71, Bob Merson.
Cedric Jones, another speedy freshman, checks in as a wide receiver. Stockstill will give to Greg Allen. Allen across the 15, fumble. Apparently, the Seminoles hang on to their own.
And it was Mr. Stockstill coming back inside to get that recovery. Well, one thing about it, I'm sure Greg Allen had to prove that he is a little bit of human. And he does make the fumble. Linebacker sliding down the line of scrimmage. Look at that good positioning by him. They're right in front of the ball carrier. Number 97, Leonard Marshall, stripping the ball from Greg Allen. And there's number 11, Rick Stockstill, very alertly coming in and covering the football.
Cedric Jones goes to the sideline. Dennis McKinnon comes in. Talk about doing well on the road under Bobby Bowden. The Seminoles have won 29 of their last 34 road games. Time has been called by Florida State. It's 2nd and 10 when play resumes. The score, Florida State 24, LSU 7 on the Southern Video Network.
Catch that community feeling with the Community Realty Group's 6 independent offices. Paul Byers and Associates, Community Realty of Killarn, Eubanks Realty, Landmark Realty, Millard Noblin Realty, and Davis Smith Realty are serving more and more Tallahasseans. Whether buying or selling, big or small, our associates believe in personal professional service. That's what the community feeling's all about. Catch it with us at Community Realty Group.
What do a printing press, a surgeon's hand, this law book, a racing greyhound, a boat, a store, a car, a hospital, and a home have in common? Answer, we write insurance on all of them at the Earl Bacon Agency. If there's nothing ordinary about you or your business, why settle for an ordinary insurance agency? So call us.
Earl Bacon Agency, may we help you?
2nd and 10 from the 16. Running with the football is Billy Allen, and this time he'll be caught behind the line of scrimmage by Leonard Marshall, the 270-pound defensive tackle, who, by the way, makes a specialty out of catching people behind the line for a loss. This is the 6th time he's done it.
Greg Allen will stumble it, but you can see that LSU has made penetration. Number 34, Leonard Williams, coming in very hard to cut Greg Allen off. And I think that's probably the best way you're going to stop that sweep is through good penetration. Excuse me, that was Billy Allen carrying the ball.
Billy Allen and Ken Burnett are the split backs. Stockstill looking for a receiver, and he's under pressure, and he can't get it away. A long sack back to the 35-yard line. 58 is the nose guard, Greg Bowser, a junior from Franklin, Louisiana. That'll be the longest loss of the night.
And they're going to say that Stockstill is back. He does have a little bit of time here, but unfortunately the coverage is there. There is the tremendous pressure coming in by Greg Bowser, and down goes Stockstill. Now the question is, are they out of range for Rendina? Bobby Bowden doesn't seem to think so. He's got Rendina in. He will spot the ball.
No, Ron Stark has come on.
Ron Stark has come on.
So Ron, who has punted only one time tonight, and that was a short one, will probably be getting another short one here as he looks for the corner. Ron stepping back to midfield to take the long snap from Sam Restivo. Restivo, number 52, a sophomore from Jamestown, New York. Delay of the game will go against the Seminoles here, making the line of scrimmage the 40-yard line.
Of course, they're smart again, Bob. They'll take another 5-yard one because they've got to get Stark back out to where he has his range.
He can kick him almost out of the stadium.
Well, a 40-yarder is almost like a chip shot for him.
Jeffrey Dale is number 27, a freshman from Winfield, Louisiana. Stark angling toward the far coffin corner. Watch it. The 5. Oh, it went into the end zone. Just into the end zone as it curled around the stake. So Ron Stark just missing, nailing one out of the 1-yard line.
And that's another talent people don't realize about a Ron Stark is that not only can he boom those high, long, hanging punts, but he can also go to the corner, which was witnessed right then, where he just missed the far left-hand coffin corner with that punt.
LSU trailing at 24-7. Florida State had 258 yards in the first half, 1 running touchdown by Greg Allen, and 2 aerial touchdowns by Stockstill. Al Risher, the quarterback, fires up the middle for number 80, Malcolm Scott, the tight end. He had him wide open, and the play comes for 20 up to the 40-yard line. Larry Harris will make the tackle there. And that is the tight end, Malcolm Scott. He came into this game with 18 catches, Vic.
He is the thing about him is, as you're watching it here, he's 6'5", 240 pounds, but he has tremendous agility. You see him reaching back for that reception. Good hit that time by number 30, Larry Harris.
Gain of 19, first down on their own 39-yard line. 8:57 remaining in the third quarter on a perfect football night in Baton Rouge. The ball carrier will be the freshman tailback, Eric Martin. Nose guard James Gilbert makes the defensive hit.
There's Young stepping up in that line of scrimmage. That's a good position for the linebacker. He plays off the block, comes in and helps make the tackle along with James Gilbert.
Mike Muntz is the fullback, and Eric Martin is the tailback for LSU. Gain of almost 4 yards, called a second down and 6 from their own 43-yard line. And Al Risher, the junior quarterback, throws on the run. At the 45-yard line, he nails Orlando McDaniel, the split end. McDaniel, who was on the receiving end of the 75-yard scoring play in the first half.
McDaniel running a very quick out pattern. And of course, Harvey Clayton on that side. McDaniel has that great speed, so he is given a cushion. And this is a tough coverage for a cornerback in a wide open field. McDaniel already today has caught a touchdown for 76 yards.
Another Tiger 1st and 10. They're on the 41 now of the Seminoles. They're doing it with the passing arm of Al Risher, the junior quarterback, who's rapidly wiping out the school record set by Burt Jones, and the people are moving too quickly, and the penalty flags are down. The offensive tackle who moved was Lance Smith, but perhaps a Seminole move first. We'll know in a moment.
Of course, in that play there, Bob, I believe that Risher was changing at the line of scrimmage. He was automatic and off, and unfortunately number 75 Lance Smith just got a little anxious and jumped offside, so they will take the 5-yard penalty. It'll be now 1st and 15 at the 46.
And Alan Risher now needs 4 more completions to tie the record set by Burt Jones of 103. He'll try to get one of those 4 he needs right here, throwing up the middle, and he does get it at the 31-yard line. Malcolm Scott, the tight end. Malcolm Scott worked his way free, and that was a beautiful pass by Al Risher.
Tell you what, that ball got there in a hurry. Malcolm Scott going down and curling back to the inside on a quick turn pattern, but Risher very quickly back into the pocket, took the pressure, but he threw a fastball on that one.
Well, very quickly, LSU has come by the air some 50 yards. A first down now on the 31. Risher throws on the run, and it is incomplete. By the way, McDaniel, the receiver, had gone out of bounds and come back in.
And that is illegal. Once you go off the field, Bob, you are now a dead player. You cannot come back on and make any sort of football play.
That is a no-no. 24-7, Florida State. We're in the third quarter in Baton Rouge. And next week, for the first time in 49 days, the Seminoles will be playing at Doak Campbell Stadium in Tallahassee. It's second down and 10 for the Tigers on the 30-yard line of Florida State. Time remaining in the third quarter, 7:37. Second and 10, and the Seminoles jump too quickly. We'll see if the flags are down, and the ball carrier is Muntz, the fullback, tackled by Gary Futch, and I do not see a flag, Vic.
I do not see a flag, and I don't really see any reason. Florida State was trying to time coming off on that quarterback snap. They almost jumped offside, but you know, that offensive play was doomed from the beginning. I believe he had a draw call all the way. Unfortunately, Florida State was there, Futch making the big tackle.
Now 3rd and 12 LSU on the 33 of Florida State. Jude Hernandez and Eric Martin are the split backs, and Risher throws it. And it's intercepted. Intercepted on the near sideline by Harvey Clayton. Harvey Clayton could take it all the way, out of bounds on the 31. Harvey brought it all the way back to the 31. Jude Hernandez, the fullback, finally bumped him out of bounds. There is Harvey Clayton, number 24.
Well, Bob, he's been staying back all evening on McDaniel. and he timed this perfect. You're going to look at that secondary coverage. You're going to get a beautiful shot of it here. Clayton is going to time it perfectly, steps up inside, and starts it downfield. He's going to pick up a key block right there by Hester, who clears away. And I believe you should maybe get a face mask there, ladies and gentlemen, but we did not get it. And from the end zone, you will see it again. Reicher going back one time, went to the well, and Clayton very, very beautifully steps up inside and makes a great interception. And let's see if this is a face mask. You be the judge.
At 50 yards.
Bob, I do believe that was a face mask. Harvey Clayton shaken up on that play, coming off. But he's a tough one.
I'll say he is. And after he picked it up on his own 21-yard line, he brought it back about 49 yards, all the way to the 30-yard line of LSU. And right here, the Seminoles will have a 1st and 10 on the 30-yard line of the Bengal Tiger. And Harvey Clayton goes off the field, but after a beautiful piece of work on defense.
It's outstanding. You know, that's one thing those defensive backs love to do. They like to go back there a lot of times, and they'll give you that quick turn pattern a lot of times trying to defend against the deep bomb. But that one time that they catch you in a sideline pattern and they can time it as Clayton did that time, it is beautiful art to watch.
And the defense in the game tonight performing so very well for Florida State. Twice they have blocked the punt. Once it worked and once it didn't, and now a key pass interception. Burnett and Allen are the running backs. Here comes the reverse. No, it is Cedric Jones, number 41 on the reverse. 15, 10, 5, 4. Cedric Jones goes in for the touchdown. Cedric Jones, who was lined up to the far side of the field as a wide receiver, took the handoff from Greg Allen, and he runs it in. It's a 30-yard touchdown.
And Barry Volta-Petty set a block down there that set him loose into the end zone. Florida State set it up beautifully. They've been running a sweep all night. They had not noticed that Cedric Jones had been at the split end, and you're going to see this handoff right there. And he will go into the end zone. Let's see if we can pick up Volta-Petty's block down that sideline, because it was a beauty.
And the kick by Rendina is up, and the kick is good. And so with 6:43 remaining in the third quarter, it's now Florida State 31 and LSU 7 on the Southern Video Network.
At Holiday Inn, you stay with a friend. You'll be pleased to see what we're doing with our lobby, restaurant, and rooms. The Round Holiday Inn downtown, where
you stay with a friend.
How would you rate Sonny's on a scale of 1 to 10?
Probably 11.
I think it's the best barbecue in town.
The service was excellent.
I had the fish, but I tasted everybody else's. They had beef and pork and everything else, and I liked it all.
You can't beat their barbecue.
I think Sonny's is the best place in town for good barbecue.
Food was great. Service excellent.
I recommend it to anybody else out there that's hungry.
Sonny's Real Pit Barbecue on the Appalachian Parkway.
We're looking at number 41, the freshman Eric Martin, as Mike Rendina boots it. It's going to come down at about the 5-yard line. Herman Fontenot, number 40, is the ball carrier, twisting across the 20 and out to the 23-yard line in the arms of Pat Milligan. Milligan, number 19 of Florida State. And so LSU now trailing by 24, down 31-7.
WECA, we can do it. Tallahassee 27.
The interception by Clayton and the 50-yard return. Warren Hanna is in as a cornerback, replacing Harvey Clayton. Harvey was shaken up when he was tackled on the sideline after the long return. Back to pass, Al Risher, and to Scott, the tight end again. Third time he's grabbed one in the last few minutes, up to about the 41-yard line.
And Reicher again showing his ability to throw the football. He's going to hit Scott, who is the big tight end, coming down across, dragging across the middle, and this is a fine-looking throw. On the money. And, of course, number 30, Larry Harris, come up make for the hit.
That'll leave Al Risher only 2 completions shy of the school record. Eric Martin getting away from Rowe somehow goes across the 40 and up to about the 41-yard line. Again, Rowe had him, but somehow he managed to slither away, and it looked like he may have had the first down.
You're going to see a great effort here by this fine young running back from LSU. You can see he should be going down there. Rowe coming in and making the hit, but not really grasping and taking him down. He's just tearing off his jersey. But Florida State's defense is swarming, Bob, and this is the big secret tonight.
Need a new jersey? Yes, indeed, after a run like that.
Bob, I think that's his second jersey tonight.
That is Eric Martin, the freshman tailback. By the way, much like Florida State, LSU has had two of their running backs missing the game tonight. Jesse Miles and Gene Lang both had minor hurts last week. And of course, for Florida State, Ricky Williams and Mike Whiting have not played. The long bomb being thrown downfield for McDaniel. He makes the catch at the 20-yard line. It is a loose football. It had been blown dead. It had been blown dead at the 21-yard line. Mark Johnston has the football right now, but the play is blown dead at the 21, and watch this catch.
This is an outstanding football play, I'll guarantee you. Reicher going back. Look at that blitz coming, and it's picked up very nicely by number 23. And this ball is on the money. It's perfect. And I'll guarantee you, you cannot slight James Harris. He had good coverage. That was just a great throw and a great catch.
First down on the 21-yard line. Risher, the junior quarterback, again throws to Malcolm Scott. He has it on the 8-yard line. The tight end, Malcolm Scott, 6'4", 237 pounds. He is something else, and that will establish a new LSU season record for completions, beating Bert Jones' old record.
And he is really humming that football right now. Reicher on a beautiful completion downfield to his tight end. And again, we must remind you that Malcolm Scott is 6'5", 240, and what great agility and great hands, and he's only a junior.
So Alan Risher has tied Bert Jones' record. And this time it'll be a running play to Mike Muntz, the fullback. And there you see he is very, very close to the goal line.
This is a fine run here by number 30, the fullback. You can see this is nothing but great determination. Great leg action that time by number 30, Mike Muntz.
Larry Harris stopped him short of the goal line. Now second down, a yard and goal to go for LSU. Jude Hernandez and Eric Martin are the split backs. Quarterback keep, and Risher has scored. Alan Risher, the junior quarterback, has scored from a yard out for the Tigers of LSU. And they're on the board for the second time tonight. It comes with 4:31 to play in the third quarter.
Well, of course, the big play in that drive there was quarterback Alan Reicher hitting Orlando McDaniel again for a big, big reception. Outstanding pattern, an outstanding throw, and an outstanding catch by McDaniel.
They covered 77 yards in a hurry. The point after attempt by the field goal kicker, David Johnson, hasn't missed one all year. And he still hasn't missed one. So David Johnson makes it true. And with 4:31 to play in the third quarter, it's now the Seminoles 31 and the Tigers 10 on the Southern Video Network.
We'll be back with the kickoff. But first, such as Halston.
Following the Tiger touchdown, Billy Allen at his own 4-yard line. Here comes Billy across the 20. Look at him. Still going, and he may take it all the way.
He's gone.
Billy Allen is gone. They will not catch him. He will bring it all the way back to the end zone. Billy Allen, 95 yards for a touchdown. Check the field. There's not a flag to be seen.
Oh, my. Billy Allen taking the ball at the 5-yard line. Had a beautiful wedge block up the middle. He made one slight break to the right. He popped through clean. And there's one thing about Billy Allen. When it comes to a foot race, he will be the winner.
It has all come together for Bobby Bowden's Seminoles here tonight in LSU. It isn't often you can win 3 years in a row at Tiger Stadium in Baton Rouge.
I would love to go back into LSU's history and find out if there's anybody who has won, or any team that's won 3. LSU player down on the field being helped up.
John 48. John Fritchie is being helped up. He was left behind by Billy Allen on the long and electrifying kickoff return.
One thing about that return, that wedge blocking was vicious up that middle, and of course Billy Allen took full advantage of it as he raced 95 yards for the touchdown.
John Fritchie, a sophomore from Baton Rouge, being helped to the sideline. He was left behind on the return by Billy Allen, and now Mike Rendina will be trying for the 38th Seminole point. Kelly Lowry is holding. The kick is on the way, and it is good. And so with Rendina's conversion, it is now Florida State 38, LSU 14, and this is the Southern Video Network.
And of course, you're watching the tail end of that 95-yard run on the replay. Very, very happy young man. 95 yards, and let's look at it. This is poetry. Making the right move there, break it back, and like we talked about, Tommy Young threw the block that did set him off. Billy Allen's in the foot race. It's tough to catch him.
Press box had noted the return is 89. It looked to me like he started from his 5, did it not?
I thought it did too.
So 38-14, Florida State out in front, and we still have 4:19 to play in the third quarter. And now, of course, Mike Rendina will be kicking off. Mike having a busy night. He got the first points on the board with a 21-yard field goal very early in the first quarter of the game. Eric Martin and Herman Fontenot along with Lester Dunn. The trio deep to receive. Here is the kick. It is well hit by the freshman Rendina. Eric Martin, number 41. To the 15. Oh, beautiful tackle, and the ball had been blown dead. It had been blown dead, otherwise the Seminoles would have it. And that was Warren Hanna. What a job number 9, Warren Hanna, does on the special teams. He is a hitter.
He is a hitter, and if Warren Hanna does not make that hit, we possibly have another foot race going the other way, because there was an awful lot of daylight after Mr. Hanna, but he made a very sure tackle and a very jarring tackle.
For the Seminoles tonight, Rendina has booted a field goal. Stockstill has passed to McKinnon. Greg Allen has run for a 15-yard touchdown. Stockstill has passed to Phil Williams. And now this is LSU trying to get something working. Alfonso Carricker, the sophomore defensive tackle out of Columbus, Ohio, and James Gilbert stopped cold. Lester Dunn, number 23. And Harvey Clayton, who was shaken up after running 50 yards with an interception, is all right now and back playing football.
And of course, I noticed they bring number 83, Ron Hester, back in to play linebacker. It is a passing situation, and this is one of Ron's fortes.
Interesting to note the scoring by the Seminole freshman in the game tonight. Alan Risher throws. Oh, it is batted away and almost intercepted by number 30, Larry Harris, the converted running back. He almost had a hand on it.
He did that. Again, Risher going downfield to Orlando McDaniel. As you call it, Bob, number 30, Larry Harris timed it perfectly and almost had an interception going down the other way.
Bobby Bowden has those 3 blue-chip freshman tailbacks. They've all scored tonight. Greg Allen scored on a 15-yard run. Cedric Jones scored on a 30-yard run. And Billy Allen has scored on a 95-yard run. How's that for freshman work? Al Risher on the roll. And he fires it to Mark Johnston, number 3. Did he have possession, or will it be incomplete? It was possession. It was fumbled out of bounds. LSU keeps the football, and they get a first down along with it after a bruising hit by linebacker Tommy Young.
And there is a Seminole down on the field. Possibly that could be Young. Let us not call it until we see it.
And that man, Al Risher, the junior quarterback, tonight has broken the old school record set by Burt Jones.
Tell you what, he is a fine-looking quarterback. Rolling out here as you're looking at it now. Good pass reception. Young coming in, strips the ball there, but unfortunately,
looks like James Gilbert, the nose guard, is down, but we'll wait for a moment. By the way, the old record was 103 completions in 1 year. So Al Risher now with 104, wiping out that mark established by Burt Jones. Marvelous football game being played by the Seminoles here tonight.
That is that, I'll guarantee you. You know, I did not think, Bob, that we would see this much offense. I thought it would have to boil down to possibly a defensive game, mainly because of the fact that we're on a road trip again. They are tired, but they have come back and put on an offensive display tonight, packing up 38 points with 3:27 to go here in the third quarter. And that was number 54, Tommy Young, who was being assisted off the field. He's on his own power now. Good possibility he may have got either a foot or possibly a knee in the head, and maybe just to be a little groggy.
Mark Carlson tells me that in the press box, officially on the kickoff return, they gave it 97 yards. We gave it 95, and it will be the longest back since Larry Key ran one back in the Tangerine Bowl for 93 yards, as Al Risher scrambles, he can really scramble. Now he throws on the run. Mark Johnston is number 3, gathered in at about the 39, probably enough for a first down. It is the first regular season kickoff return for a touchdown since 1974.
And Alfonso Carricker is a little upset with himself. He thought that he was going to be in great position for a sack, but Reicher very, very wisely unloads that football downfield to Mark Johnson for the reception and another first down for LSU.
3:04 remaining in the third quarter. Florida State 38 at LSU 14. Junior quarterback Al Risher has hit 65% on the year. Lester Dunn is number 23. The junior tailback out of Covington, Louisiana, is stopped by Ron Hester.
So, LSU again on the move.
Pardon me, Vic, but talking again about the return, the kickoff return by Billy Allen. It is the first regular season kickoff return for a touchdown since '74 when Leon Bright brought one back 100 yards against Virginia Tech. 1974. Risher throws on the run, and it is incomplete at the 45 for Orlando McDaniel.
And Bob, that's the first one he's dropped tonight, and that is very uncharacteristic of that young man. He is just an outstanding wide receiver. And you know, there's one thing about this road trip, Bob, and I know the people back up and down the line have seen some great, great athletes to the different teams that we've played. And this is just another one, Orlando McDaniel and Alan Reicher.
.219 remaining in the third quarter. Al Risher starts the scramble, and he runs it to midfield, and that will probably be a first down. Ron Hester corrals him right at the midfield stretch. And speaking of corrals, Vic Frenzy, when they get home to Tallahassee next Saturday night, we can get that beautiful Appaloosa out of the corral.
I would certainly hope so. Reicher going back, got a little bit of pressure from James Harris on the blitz. Very wisely got out there and very wisely got the ball down after he knew he had it for the first down.
Now Al Risher on a first down play, throwing to the far sideline, incomplete. I believe he just threw that one away.
Very wisely he threw it away.
Al Risher passing on just about every down now. This junior quarterback is a good one. And if the LSU Tigers can reinforce him a little bit, they should have a good season coming up next year.
He'll do that. He's only a junior. And Risher has broken Burt Jones's record tonight.
Bobby Bowden has to feel good about the way his football team has played tonight in Baton Rouge. And this time it is handed off to the fullback Mike Muntz, number 30. Did not fool Gary Futch for one moment. The 240-pound defensive tackle from Ocala had it all the way.
So with a third down coming up, 3rd and 10, LSU will most definitely put the ball in the air at this stage of the game, being down 38-14.
Mark Johnston is number 3, number 32 Orlando McDaniel. They are the wide receivers. Jude Hernandez, alternating at fullback, brought the play in from Jerry Stovall. And on 3rd and long, Risher, the hit is on, and he'll be sacked by Hester, number 83. Ron Hester breaking through, and he really nailed him.
And Florida State that time brought 8 people. And the reason that Hester is clean there is because they also had the blitz on the outside with number 33, James Harris. There just were not enough offensive people, Bob, to block everybody Florida State sent.
And now on 4th and 15, Wagner will do the punting, and he gets it away. He hit a beauty. Waiting for it is Cedric Jones, number 41. Cedric is hit, spins forward to about the 28-yard line, and the Seminoles here in the final minute of the third quarter will take possession on their own 28 with a 1st and 10.
28 seconds left in the third quarter. Florida State out front, very surprising over LSU, 38-14.
At the half, it was 24-7 Florida State. It became 31-7, then 31-14, and then 38-14. Darius Davis has come in at fullback now for Florida State. Darius, number 32, is a junior, and he'll get a call instantly, and he'll be nailed at the line of scrimmage. Number 58 getting up is the nose guard for LSU, Greg Bowser. And number 32 is Darius Davis. He's in for the first time. Ken Burnett now being rested with the Seminoles well into the lead, 38-14. And we have 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second. And we'll be moving into the final quarter of football here at Tiger Stadium in Baton Rouge. And now let's pause for our local stations. This is the Southern Video Network. Again, this might be LSU before it's all over with on the 15-yard line of Florida State, and LSU will have the football. Lawrence Williams, number 34, the strong side linebacker, will be getting up with it, and look at all of this.
And Bob, this is a brand new play that we have not seen all year. As you can see, it was doomed right from the beginning as Greg Allen did not get a good exchange because of the pressure, but unfortunately he lost the ball again, and now the mad scramble is on to see who's going to get it. That football must have been hot. It sure was rolling around a long time before LSU finally laid down on it.
So LSU with the first down on the Seminole 16-yard line. Herman Fontenot is set up as a flanker now. And back to pass, Alan Risher. He is throwing, and it is gathered in by Orlando McDaniel, number 32, out of bounds, but on a bout, or was he out of bounds all the way? Incomplete. That is Orlando McDaniel. He's had an excellent night on the receiving end of the tosses from Alan Risher.
That was the first time, actually, the Risher has been off mark in quite a while. He did have one where he did throw it out of bounds, but that one there I know he wanted to connect on. Number 9, Hannah, was defending, giving a little bit too much cushion.
Alan Risher, and he'll be thrown the sack back on the 21-yard line by Gary Fudge. Gary Fudge getting the sack back on the 21-yard line for Florida State.
That time, Risher was trying to get a hold of Orlando McDaniel, but good coverage downfield that time by number 33, James Harris. And as you call it, Bob, Mr. Fudge making his presence known.
Indeed he has. As we look at the Seminoles sideline, if the Seminoles win here tonight, and they certainly are on their way, they'll be 5-2 and coming home for homecoming next week in Tallahassee. Risher over the middle. Oh, what a grab by Malcolm Scott to tight end. Oh, he'd make a great center fielder with those hands.
I'll tell you what, that was just a great catch because he took a tremendous hit while he was just catching the ball by Tracy Ashley coming across, jarring the ball loose, but great concentration by Malcolm Scott, made the reception.
So it's 4th down and 11. The Tigers have not been able to do anything since getting the break and the football of the 16. They've lost a yard and 3 downs. Herman Fontenot, a freshman out of Beaumont, Texas, is being used now by Jerry Stovall. The 4th down pass. Alan Risher throws it, and it is incomplete in the end zone. James Harris, the cornerback out of Gainesville, and the co-captain, breaks the play up.
Tell you what, Harris that time just battled number 32, Orlando McDaniel, all the way. Risher going back here. He's going to get a little bit of pressure. He's going to step up into the pocket. Little scramble action here, as you can see. Gets it away, but watch this great effort by Harris. Coming back and just breaking up that play, denying McDaniel the opportunity of taking the football.
In the game tonight, Rick Stockstill has thrown 2 touchdown passes. The first to Dennis McKinnon and the other to Phil Williams. And the freshman talent has taken over and put in a lot of points on the board. Greg Allen has scored. Cedric Jones has scored. Billy Allen has scored. And this time, Stockstill is throwing long for Cedric Jones. It is incomplete. Step for step, side by side, Eugene Daniel, number 35, the cornerback.
Well, Stockstill showed that he can throw that ball deep. He aired that sucker real well, trying to go down the sideline. McDaniel running step by step, breaking up the play.
Now Cedric Jones will depart. It will be 2nd and 10 to Florida State. The Seminoles are home against Western Carolina, Doak Campbell Stadium next Saturday night. And after that comes Miami, Southern Mississippi, and Florida. And the handoff will go to Darius Davis, and at fullback, good defensive work by Leonard Marshall, and the ball may have been turned over.
I believe it was. But it was done very quietly because it did not look like the ball was on the ground. We will take a look at it right here. A little delayed draw. Darius Davis coming in. good solid hit. Yes, there the ball goes. He coughed it up. So LSU does have an opportunity again at the 15-yard line.
So they get it again on the 15, same place they got it the last time. First down, the pitch will go to Eric Martin, the tailback. Martin will get to about the 12-yard line. Good tackle made across the way by sophomore linebacker Ken Rowe from Cropwell, Alabama.
And here we are in the fourth quarter. Florida State leading the LSU Bengal Tigers 38-14 with 12:49 to go. And a replay there.
So the Seminoles with a 24-point lead. And the Tigers here, second down and 6, down on the 12-yard line. Al Risher will pitch it back to Martin, the tailback. Oh, and a good hit by Scott McLean, the defensive terminal, number 60, a senior from Claremont.
Well, Bob, there's one thing about Florida State's defense this evening. They have just recently given LSU a great deal of field position, and LSU has not been able to capitalize or put anything on the board.
Henry Taylor, freshman linebacker from Middlesville, Georgia, is in. And this is 3rd and 6 for the Bengal Tigers. Risher rolling to the right. Oh, Harris got him. James Harris blitzing off the corner, and he corralled Alan Risher, and the sack nails him all the way back on the 20-yard line. There is co-captain James Harris.
And we're going to look at it. Coach Jack Staton, the defensive coordinator, has decided tonight he's going to come with a blitz. He has blitzed all night, and this is one of the results. James Harris coming through strong and making a hit, and right in back of him, it was number 83, Ron Hester, the linebacker, also on a blitz.
Same thing happened to the Tigers moments ago. They got a turnover on the 15. They couldn't move it. And now here it is, 4th and 15 yards to go after getting a second turnover on the 15. Al Risher scrambling. Harris again. James Harris, the senior cornerback from Gainesville, nails him twice in a row. And now the Seminoles take the football.
And we're going to get an isolation on Harris, and you're going to see exactly what he does on that blitz. As soon as that ball is snapped, he's coming hard. He reads where Risher is and makes the hit. And Bob, that time Florida State brought 7 and defended with 4.
Superb defensive play throughout the entire football game for the Seminoles. James Harris getting congratulations on the sidelines. And now Florida State with the ball, first down on their own 29. And the Seminoles have a big 24-point lead. We're in the final quarter of the game. This will be Darius Davis, the junior fullback from Augusta, Georgia, with a tackle by Ricky Chapman.
And of course, Bobby Bowden giving Kenny Burnett a rest. Burnett played an outstanding football game for Florida State. As we talked about, Darius Davis does have talent.
Into the backfield now, Greg Allen is a tailback. He had 149 yards in the first half, but he's been used very little in the second half. Figure holding just about there. Here's Darius Davis across the 30, and he coughs it up, and it might be the Tigers again. This time on the 30-yard line. They've recovered 3 fumbles in about the last 5 minutes. 2 on the 15-yard line, and this one on the 30-yard line.
And again, Darius Davis is going to take a solid hit. He had a good gain going for him, but he is carrying that ball awfully soft, and number 34 came up and put the hit on him. The ball is popped loose. LSU is in business again with excellent field position for the 3rd time, Bob, within the last 3 minutes.
The 2 previous times, they couldn't gain an inch. They were pushed back from the 30-yard line. Al Risher is throwing it long, trying to lead his receiver. Orlando McDaniel broken up on the goal line by Warren Hanna. Warren Hanna, the junior cornerback, broke that one up, and Al Risher led his man beautifully.
Hanna that time just doing an outstanding job going back there and battling for that football. McDaniel is in a battle either with Hanna back there at times and sometimes been in battles with James Harris.
Defensively, sophomore John McLean from Claremont is in, and so is David Ponder, a sophomore from Cairo, Georgia. And 2nd and 10 here for the Bengal Tigers. Hernandez and Martin. This will be Eric Martin, the tailback, out of bounds at the 22-yard line. Bumped out by Alfonso Character and James Harris.
And that will bring up a 3rd down, and Bob, I think about 2 yards.
Tommy Young and James Harris check back in. Henry Taylor is in. Kinrow is out. For LSU on 3rd and 2, the fullback is Mike Muntz, a junior, number 30 from Letcher, Louisiana, and the tailback is Eric Martin. This is 3rd and 2, 10:22 left in the game. Eric Martin, buried at the 20. That may not be a first down. He may be stopped just a little bit short of it. Ron Hester. One thing about Hester, when he hit him, it stopped cold. There was no forward motion after that.
Bob, I do believe they're going to give him a first down. Yes, they are. I think they're stating that he had to go to the line. He did make the line, so it will be a first down. But you're right. Hester did stop him immediately. Taking a look at number 54 there. Young coming up. Excuse us. He made the first hit, and then Hester came back.
First down play from the 20-yard line. Malcolm Scott incomplete. Scott was hit so hard that he could not hang on to the football. Oh, what a hit that was by Tommy Young. Warren Hanna also.
They're going to see a way to get a receiver to cough up a football right here. Defensive back coming up. There's the ball coming in. Very nice shot there. Beautiful shot. And look at that hit.
In surroundings in Adams' dining room, a quick, tasty breakfast or lunch in Adams Park, relaxing with your favorite beverage and friends in Quincy's library, or enjoying the fun, food, and convenience of the Seminoles special.
For the first down, and he should have it. He nosed it over the 10. Gary Futch out of Ocala made the tackle. So we'll wait and see where it'll be spotted. If they do not get it, the ball belongs to Florida State, and they may have to measure.
And they are going to measure. I tell you what, Bob, there was some good hitting on that play. All the way up here, you could hear the pads popping.
You old quarterbacks never forget that sound, do you?
It's a very frightening sound when you're a quarterback. So the measurement is coming out, and you will be able to take a look and see if Florida State did indeed stop them, and you can tell by the defense they have.
Quite a job by the defensive unit. Bobby Bowden talking it over with his quarterback, Rick Stockstill. Stockstill coming back after a tough game against Pittsburgh and just playing beautifully. That shows you the mark of a real poised and veteran football player. He had played well all year long, had the one tough day against a great Panther defense, which, by the way, certainly was not all his fault by any means, and came right back here tonight to guide his club so very successfully. For the Seminoles, first down on their own 10-yard line. Stockstill to Greg Allen. Allen takes off on a sweep. He's hemmed in, goes to the 20, 25, out to the 30, and out to about the 33-yard line. A run of 23 by Greg Allen, the freshman tailback.
And one more time with this young, outstanding freshman, you're going to see blocking on the outside, but you're going to see determination and ability on this young running back. Playing his block, cutting back very nicely, picking up good blocks, and breaking some fine tackles down there by LSU. And as Bob called it, 26-yard pickup.
And now Greg Allen has 172 yards rushing tonight. He needs 188 to tie the school record.
And did he break off of Bob Merson's block out there? Merson has had just an outstanding game after moving over to left guard. Been pulling and leading Greg Allen to the outside all afternoon.
Best individual game so far this year, Vic, until tonight, had been Ricky Williams, 135 yards. But here tonight, Greg Allen now is up to 172. Coming off the field.
You know, Bob, this is very surprising.
Is Al Thomas.
I'm looking out here into the stadium. This is Tiger Stadium. It is supposed to be Saturday Night Madness. But I guess when you're behind 38-14, the only way to get rid of that madness is to get 38 points, because the stadium now is about half full.
It is indeed, which means they do not believe that the Tigers can catch up against the talented Florida State football team. Number 33 is cornerback Al Thomas, who had to leave after being shaken up. And now for Florida State, 1st and 10 on their own 31. Stockstill handing it off to Greg Allen again. And Greg this time up to about the 38-yard line. Eric Kiddick, number 73, playing a defensive tackle, made the play on him.
And of course, he was running that time behind the blocking of Tom McCormick and Ricky Render. As you can see, 7:50 to go in the ball game. Florida State out front, 38-14, and now the clock is definitely against the Tigers.
As a result of the 14-yard loss on the fumble, we've had to revise the figure somewhat on Greg Allen. He lost 14 on a fumble. He now has a total of 168 for the night. Al Richardson making the tackle. 7:34 left to play in the football game as we look at freshman tailback Greg Allen, who's 6'1", 195 pounds, getting his first start here tonight and putting it where you can see it on the scoreboard.
And he is only a freshman.
So with the revised figures, Greg Allen needs to break a long one here. He now has 177, 11 yards behind the school record held by Sam Platt and Darius Davis. On a short gainer to midfield, stopped by Greg Bowser.
There it is, 26 carries, 176 yards by the outstanding freshman who was filled in tonight very admirably for the injured Ricky Williams.
So now Greg Allen needs 12 more yards to tie Sam Allen's school record of 188. Sam Platt, I beg your pardon. The tailback is Greg Allen. Here he goes. This might do it. He goes across the 40 and is out of bounds on the 39-yard line. Knocked out by Al Richardson and Tommy Boudreau.
Here he is. This could be the play that puts him over Sam Platt's rushing record. Makes a fine move to the outside. Good move on the linebacker there. It's the defensive end and breaks it in.
That'll leave him 1 yard shy. He now has 27 carries and 187 yards as we look at the tailback, Greg Allen. 1 more yard is all he needs. Here he has the football. May not get it this time. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Stopped by Lawrence Williams, the strong side linebacker of LSU. 5:57 left in the football game, and 38-14 Florida State.
And Bob, I know you've got to be as surprised as I am that Florida State has been able to come out here on their 5th consecutive road trip and manhandle a pretty good football team.
I think it's amazing. The amazing coaching job done by Bobby Bowden and his staff to get his team up so high after such a tough trip. Greg Allen dropped behind the line. He'll lose a couple here, leaving him about 3 away now, I would say, from Sam Platt's school record. He now has 185, so he needs to get 3 and then keep going forward to establish it.
Bet you can almost guarantee that he's going to get another shot at it. And I believe they're going to give it to him on that sweep of his. And he does like to run to his right, even though he has run extremely effective to his left.
I don't know whether the sidelines would be aware of the fact that he is so close to the record or not. Probably not. And a reverse. Cedric Jones, number 41, still behind the line of scrimmage, and he'll be dropped behind the line by Greg Dubrock, number 44, the outside linebacker.
And of course, early on in the ball game, as we both know, Cedric Jones took the same reverse and scampered in from about 30 yards out for a touchdown.
That is Rick Stockstill, who has guided his team beautifully. Ron Stark is coming on the field now. I believe it'll be only his 3rd punt of the night. The Seminoles have so dominated play. They scored first on a field goal to 21 yards by Mike Rendina, and everything since then has been a touchdown. The All-American will put his left foot to it. Oh, he hit it beautifully, trying to get a corner with it, and he did. He did nail it out of bounds on the 4-yard line. Ron Stark nailed it out on the 4-yard line. That is what you call doing his thing and doing it beautifully.
Bob, you know that the pro scouts have just got to be drooling, waiting for this young man to graduate.
No doubt about it. And for those of you who may have joined us late, the first touchdown for the Seminoles in the game tonight was a pass from Stockstill to McKinnon. It covered 16. Greg Allen ran 15 for the next one. The next one came on a Stockstill to Phil Williams pass for 12 yards. And we have a new quarterback in the game. It is Timmy Bird for LSU. And it is incomplete. Intended for Herman Fontenot. So Stockstill has thrown 2 touchdown passes. Greg Allen has run for one of 15 yards. Cedric Jones ran 30 yards for a touchdown. And Billy Allen ran a kickoff back 97 yards for a touchdown.
So I guess you can effectively say that Florida State has used all their weapons today.
Timmy Bird is now the quarterback. He is just a freshman. Eric Martin being swarmed. He slipped loose for just a moment and then is taken down on the 5-yard line. Number 13 is Kim Mack, a sophomore. Ken Rowe also had a hand, and so did Pat Milligan.
Tell you what, this is a fine-looking running back because he does not have a lot of room. 35 overrunning him there. Ken Rowe getting a shot at him, but he is a fine running back with a great deal of effort.
Now 3rd and 8 for LSU. Time running down now. 3:35 left in the game. It'll be a happy plane trip home to Tallahassee for Bobby Bowden's Seminoles. Now on 3rd and 8, Timmy Bird, the freshman quarterback, DeFontino, number 40, hit down at the 15-yard line. And Vic Princey, I'll bet in Tallahassee in a corral, there's an Appaloosa named Renegade who right now has a smile on his face. He's happy about all this.
He's got to be very funny, but you know, one of the things you've been saying now for the last 2 weeks, Bob, is probably very true. They're going to have to probably teach Renegade how to come out there and do his prancing. Hope he hasn't gained much weight because we've been gone an awful long time.
49 days. The Seminoles have not played at Doak Campbell Stadium in 49 days. LSU with a first down now on their own 16-yard line. Freshman quarterback Timmy Bird flipping the ball. It goes to Jude Hernandez, number 13. He'll bring it out to the 25. Good gain of about 9. It has been a pleasure covering the Saturday Night Madness at Baton Rouge and watching the performance of Bobby Bowden's Florida State Seminoles. Our executive producers are Mike McCown and Luis Preciosi. Our producer is Lee Love, and the associate producer is Dennis Boyle. And also lending a big helping hand in the booth has been Brian Mann, the academic advisor at Florida State. And the pitch to Eric Martin. Martin over the 25. That should be a first down. On about the 26, Mark Rodriguez, a senior from Fort Walton, made the tackle.
Officials are indicating it is a first down for LSU. With 2 minutes and 10 seconds to go in this ball game, Florida State, I guess you can safely say, has it wrapped away 38-14 in a very, very strong performance, both offensively and defensively.
Florida State wasted not a moment getting things going tonight. They scored 17 points in the first quarter and led 17-0 at the end of the first quarter. Timmy Bird, the quarterback, throws on the run to Malcolm Scott, number 80, the tight end. He's been a standout tonight for Jerry Stovall's Tigers.
He has been that. They have unleashed Malcolm Scott and also Orlando McDaniel, who probably as good a receiver as you're going to find. You can see the coverage here with Florida State. They're playing straight zone, trying to fill in, but as you're looking right there, Scott finding the open area, and Timmy Bird, the freshman quarterback, making the strike.
1st and 10 for the Bengal Tigers. 38-14 Florida State. They led 24-7 at the half. Montz, number 30, is the fullback. Eric Martin, the tailback, number 41. He'll be gang tackled at the 45. Sophomore cornerback Kim Mack coming up to join in with Alan Dale Campbell, number 90, and John McClain, number 86. And there's Greg Allen, number 26, on the sideline. 29 carries, 185 yards, 3 shy of the school record held by Sam Platt.
And he has been an outstanding running back tonight.
He will not get another chance, I don't think. We're down to the final minute of football. Timmy Bird is scrambling. His arm was hit. The ball is caught in the air. It is caught in the air for Florida State by Ernie Sims. So he may get his hands on the ball.
You're looking at here, Bird is back there. He can't find anybody open, and the pressure finally comes. And number 80 is going to reach up there and grab his arm and cause a deflection. And there's big Ernie Sims coming in for the reception. So possibly we may get a record.
44 seconds. Greg Allen has the ball, and he gets to the 40-yard line. Now, that's a gain of about 3, maybe 4. Dean Guidry made the tackle. By the way, he's a relative of the Yankees, Ron Guidry. He needed 3 yards to tie the school record. And I have to believe that they notified the bench that he was awfully close to it.
He's awfully close, and I think he did break it on that one because he got about 3 or 4 yards. And I know they're going to give the ball to him again.
Here it is to Greg Allen. He has to get around the corner. He does. And now he has broken the school record as he goes out of bounds on about the 29-yard line. And for this rookie, Greg Allen from Milton, Florida, making his first start He wipes off the record books, the old record held by Sam Platt at 188 yards.
And with 11 seconds to go, you're looking at the play where a new school rushing record for a one-ball game, Sam Platt's record of 188 yards, going down the tubes. What a fine, fine run. What a great evening by this great freshman.
11 seconds, all that remains. This time it's Billy Allen, number 31, and Billy taken out of bounds on the 18, and a penalty flag has been thrown. That could be a face mask. Our unofficial stats show 31 carries and 200 yards for Greg Allen.
And that's got to be a big mark for the young freshman. The first time in Florida State history that a running back has hit the 200-yard mark in a ball game.
Our stats are unofficial, but we believe that they're awfully close. So we have 4 seconds left in the game. Take a look at the face mask call here.
Coming into the sideline there. Oh, the face mask is not going to be against LSU, but it's going to be against, I believe, Billy Allen.
No, they're going to walk it the other way, which will put the ball on the 9-yard line. Bobby Bowden, a very happy head coach. His team has just won the 3rd game of the 5-game road trip. So the father says to the son, we can feel good about this one. And they certainly can.
I would hope so.
This could be the last play of the night. Blair Williams is into quarterback, and he hands the ball off to Billy Allen. And time has run out, and the football game is over. A marvelous performance by Bobby Bowden Seminoles here tonight. They've won their 5th game in 7 starts this year, 3 of the 5 on the big road trip, and the final score is Florida State 38 and Louisiana State 14.
So, the Florida State Seminoles finish the 49-day hiatus from Docas Campbell Stadium with a big win over the LSU Bengal Tigers.
So briefly, it was a 17-point first quarter that got the Seminoles going. A great night for Greg Allen, a freshman, and a beautiful night for the entire Florida State football team. And down.
Teamwork, that's what it takes to make it today. Teamwork, like our 6 great banks working together. First National, main office downtown. Second National on the west side. Industrial National on the north side. City National on Appalachia Parkway and on Centerville Road. Havana State in Havana. Teamwork, that's what it takes to make it today. Teamwork, like our 6 great banks working together. First National, main office downtown. Second National on the west side. Industrial National on the north side. City National on Appalachia Parkway and on Centerville Road. Havana State in Havana. And First National Bank of Jefferson County. 6 independent, home-owned banks that make their own decisions. Your all-star banking team in the capital city. The Capital City Bank Group. Member FDIC.
You can get it at Buddy's Sporting Goods on West Tennessee for all the sport in your life.
That was Don Falls, head trainer of the Seminole football team, speaking for Buddy's Sporting Goods. Covering sports in the Tallahassee area for radio and TV. I know good equipment when I see it, and I'll